To begin your installation, first measure for the mounting location of the Rostra cruise control switch. This location is 1.5 inches from the front of the lower shroud and 1 inch from the separation point of the upper and lower shrouds. Next, remove the 7mm screws from the underside of the lower shroud and set them aside. Rotate the steering wheel so that you can access the plastic tabs that hold the upper and lower shrouds together. Insert a blunt object like a screwdriver into the opening to release the tabs. Gently lift the upper shroud away from the lower shroud. Using firm, even pressure, pull down on the lower shroud to release it from the steering column. Pull the lower shroud towards you to detach it from the upper shroud. Using a 3/8 inch drill bit, drill a hole for the Rostra cruise control switch in the location identified in the first step. Use a 14mm wrench to loosen the nut on the cruise control switch and then remove the nut, lock washer, and lever wedge. Route the wire harness from the cruise control switch through the 3/8 inch hole you drilled in the lower shroud and then push the threaded end of the control switch through the hole. Reinstall the previously removed lever wedge, lock washer, and nut. Use the 14mm wrench to hand tighten the cruise control switch to the lower shroud. Route the cruise control switch's wiring harness towards the back of the lower shroud. Disconnect the wire harness from the vehicle's ignition switch. Gently peel back the protective covering to access the wires within. Using a sharp instrument like a razor blade, remove the jacketing material from the white with orange stripe wire to expose the copper inside. Using wire strippers, remove approximately 1/2 inch of jacketing from the red ignition power wire from the Rostra cruise control system harness. Tightly wrap the copper of this red wire around the exposed copper from the white with orange stripe wire in the ignition switch wire harness. Apply solder to this connection and then wrap the connection in vinyl electrical tape. Please note, this connection must be soldered. Wrap the wires of the ignition switch power wire harness bundle with vinyl electrical tape for added protection. Route the wires from the Rostra cruise control system up and over the driver's side knee panel, and then reconnect the ignition switch power wire harness to the vehicle's ignition switch. Insert the accelerator pedal interface T-harness between the accelerator pedal position sensor and accelerator pedal position sensor connector. Following the pin insertion steps in the installation manual, insert the pins from the cruise control switch into the white and black 4-pin plugs and then connect the male and female 4-pin plugs together. Reattach the lower steering column shroud to the upper steering column shroud, paying close attention to how the two attach at the rear with the hook and fastener design. Please note, make sure the rubber ring around the ignition switch protrudes through the lower shroud, or the shroud will not fit properly against the steering column. Firmly press the upper and lower steering column shrouds together. Reinstall the two previously removed 7mm screws from the underside of the lower steering column shroud. Remove the 2-pin connector from the included OBD-II interface harness by cutting it off to expose its red and black wires. Using wire strippers, remove approximately 1/2 inch of jacketing from both wires. Locate the gateway connector on the back side of the vehicle's OBD-II connector in the driver's side knee panel area. Using a sharp instrument like a razor blade, remove jacketing material from the blue wire in position 20 and the white wire in position 19 of the gateway connector to expose the copper inside. Wrap the copper of the red CAN high wire tightly around the exposed copper of the blue wire in position 20, and wrap the copper of the black CAN low wire around the exposed copper of the white wire in position 19 of the gateway connector. Solder these connections and wrap them with vinyl electrical tape. Please note, this connection must be soldered. Follow the instructions to connect the cruise control switch, OBD-II data harness, and accelerator pedal interface harness to the included cruise control module. Neatly wrap the bundle of wires for the cruise control system and use cable ties to fasten the wires and cruise control module behind the knee panel or the dashboard. Cruise control installation is now complete and the vehicle is ready for road testing. As always, feel free to reach out to us on social media at Rostra Accessories on Instagram, at Rostra on Facebook, or contact us through our website at rostra.com.